is up, beautiful people? Today we are going to be talking about how to turn your iPad, in this case an iPad 11 Pro, into a WACOM. I think that's how you say it. It's the tablet that people use for drawing and doing things like that you plug into your computer. I was looking for one for doing some stuff on Photoshop. I went and spent a couple hours looking into it, and I found out a way to do it. So this video is going to be about how to use your iPad that you may already have with an Apple Pencil as a WACOM on your computer, running full programs and everything through your computer. I haven't really had any issues with it. There have been some days where it's been a little finicky, but overall it's worked fantastic. Duet, which is the app and program that I'm going to be using for this, suggests using the manufacturer cord. I don't do that. I actually had to I actually used the cord that came with the iPad, and it didn't work. I could never get the iPad to show up on my computer. I don't know what that was. So I actually scrounged around and got the cord from my GoPro Hero 7 that just happened to be in my desk, and that worked fantastic. It's got a regular USB on one side and the USB-C on the other. And this is what I use. I don't even use the cord that came with the iPad. I could not get that to work for some reason. And the majority of this is probably going to be coming from the screen record on the iPad. I just have this up kind of as a second camera angle. But so what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to connect the iPad to the computer. I'm going to start the screen record, and then I'm going to launch both programs and kind of walk through the website. Okay, so here we go. I've got the iPad Pro 11, iPad 11 Pro, whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to be launching the Duet app. So the Duet app actually allows me to do wireless or wired connection. The wireless is a lot less responsive. It usually has a lag of about half of a second, but I mean, it really does work. If for some reason the cord's not working right for you, you can use the wireless. The way that I have it running right now is that I have on my second monitor, cut to second camera angle, second monitor, I have it in here that I'm mirroring screens 2 and 3. So the iPad is mirroring what is on my second screen. That is how I have it set up. That is how I want to use it. So you have to get the Duet app or program on your computer, which this is the website for. And you simply just download, of course you download it for your iPad, and then you download it for your computer, and you launch them at the same time. Now, here's where it kind of took me a little bit. The Duet app is free to get. Is it free to get? I don't even remember anymore. No, actually I think I paid $20 or $30 for it. I'll go find it and I'll throw it on the screen right now. So you have to pay for the app, and then you have to, and you can use the screen mirroring or the screen casting, however you want to do it. Now, in order to get the version where you can use the pressure control on your iPad for Photoshop, for any kind of program that you may need it for, where you'll need that pencil, you're going to actually have to pay, I think it's like $10 a month. Again, I'll go back and I'll look at what I pay, and I'll put it on the screen right now. So once you sign up for the monthly thing, and once you pay for the app itself on your tablet or on your device, then what you do, which I've got it all set up already, is that you can set your frame rate, performance, power, resolution, all this other stuff, your profile settings, everything like that. I don't even keep this really open. This is kind of just, this runs in the background. I think I usually go at 60 frames per second. I have something pulled up that we are going to kind of do so that way I can show you how well it works. I took this picture earlier of the drone that I'm actually going to be using this. I'm turning this into a PNG. I got to cut out the background. So I'm going to be using this photo in some of the thumbnails of my future videos that are going to be the drone vlogs. Layer, new layer. We're going to do layer right here. It's been a while since I came in here and done this. Which I'm going to drag over here just so that we can see. Okay, so layer 1, I don't really name my layers unless I'm doing something crazy. I'm going to do the color as none real quick. I'm going to hit OK. That way I've got a no background layer. So then I'm also going to make another layer, which is going to be a new fill layer. I'm going to do a solid color. Do color none. Right. Yeah, color none. Hit OK. I usually do one white and one black, which I think for this black will be fine. I am gonna do another one that's white just to have both. So I'm gonna hit OK there. I'm gonna do layer, new fill layer, solid color. Again, do OK. This time we're gonna do white. What I noticed while I was doing those things for Patrick, which was cutting out the background for that, was that whenever I was doing something near the light, it sometimes became very, very difficult for me to tell what I was cutting out and what was already cut out. I'm actually going to drop my size. So this is how I did the octopus, and I believe, see, just like that. With the white, it looks like I actually got everything up in here, but as soon as I move it to black, you can see that I definitely did not get everything up in here. Oop, too much. Control Z. Control Z is your friend. Also, remember to lift the pencil. That is also your friend. I can't imagine doing the octopus with just the mouse. See, that's what happens whenever you don't lift your pencil up. You have to go back and redo some of the same stuff again because you messed up at the end without ever picking your pencil up. This is going to be used for a thumbnail. I'm actually going to be using this for several thumbnails. I'm doing one of the new series that I'm going to try and do for this channel is going to be a drone fly along style vlog video, I guess you'd call it. Which I should already have a couple of them finished by the time that this thing comes out. And if that's the case, then I'll just put a little tag right there. Hopefully I remember to do that and I don't look like an idiot. And this is one of those instances where I'm going to use the white background. Look at that. Look at that planning. I'm always afraid to zoom out on it and see how little I've actually done. And it was like that whenever I was doing the octopus. It was like that when I was doing all the tunas and everything for Patrick. But just to kind of show you where I'm at, that's how much I've done. So about half. One of the things that I was thinking about while I was doing this was that there are a couple of things that I'm not too fond of, which, trust me, they are not deal breakers. One of those things is that while you are using Duet and it is plugged into your computer, it is not charging your iPad. So you have to make sure that your iPad is good and charged and ready to go whenever you plug it up to use it. You have to make sure that your iPad is good and charged up before you go into Duet, because it will not charge while it is plugged up to your computer while you're using Duet.
I'm not sure if it's just that my cord's not compatible and that it actually does it, or what. It may just be that. It may just be the cord that I'm using is not designed to do that. But I'm sure that you saw a couple times in the time lapse it had frozen. At one point it had just quit and kicked me out. I mean, it's not like anything bad happened. All I had to do was open the app back up and keep going. Another thing that I thought of that I should point out is the touch, the pencil that I'm using. I don't know if it's this app, if it's Duet, or if it's Photoshop, but it uses pressure. So whenever you're doing this, I'm not light on the pencil. I'm not barely touching it. I'm pushing down because it's pressure sensitive. If I'm barely touching, you see how much of the circle is actually erasing? It's not a lot, but if I hold it down, that's when you get your full eraser. So whenever I'm doing this, I am just pressing, almost not necessarily as hard as I can. I'm pressing with a moderate amount, but I'm putting it on there. I'm not just hovering the pencil or whatever. I'm full on pushing down on it to make sure that I get the full eraser and not just a partial piece of the eraser, because that can really kind of screw you up whenever you're trying to erase things. I usually don't leave this much to be cleaned up. Later on, I usually get it as I go, but I wanted something to do to kind of talk about some of those issues that I usually have whenever I'm using the app. But other than that, other than it's not charging, you got to press down on the pen, and sometimes it lags a little or it closes out, which isn't a huge deal because you can just give it a second and then open it back up. It's really not bad considering all that you can do with it. And I'm gonna show the camera this. One of the things that I love is that if I'm having an issue, I can just, because I'm left-handed, so if I'm having an issue, I can just turn the iPad and, oh look, adjusting resolution, and then it changes it whenever I've got it face down, and it makes it so much easier for me to kind of work with. But that's it. I'm gonna go back through and clean up the blades a little bit more. But that's pretty much it, and that's one of the reasons why I love it. But still, overall, not bad. I love it. It's 10 times better than using the mouse. I can tell you that. If I would not have had this whenever I did Patrick's octopus, which I have a video that I filmed and made of him making it, and I'm gonna put that in the link below, or actually I'll put it in little oh god, what just happened? I'm gonna put it up in the top corner, I guess this side right here, top left corner, a little pin to it, and then I'll probably put it in the description below of this video that I'd made for Patrick. But yeah, go check him out too. His Alabama Burning is his name. But yeah, so this is the Duet app and program used to use my iPad as a third or second screen, copy it over, use the pencil, and be able to use Photoshop and everything on my iPad, and I absolutely love it. So if you guys are interested, go check it out. Hope you like the video. Like and subscribe. I've got a couple more videos coming out. By now, the first of the Married to Marriott and the first of the drone vlog should be out. So go watch those. I'll put those in the description, and I'll put them at the end of the video or something. But have a good evening.